It's 6:30.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our November general meeting. And I will call this meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. First up, we have our roll call. District 1. Here. District 2.
Here.
District 3 is present. District 4.
Here.
District 5.
Present.
District 6.
Present.
District 7.
Present.
District 8.
Present.
District 9.
Present.
District 10.
Present.
Citywide.
Present.
Okay. So we have quorum and we will move on to the consent calendar. We do have an additional item that was deferred, and that is the budget overview. So do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
District 7 motions to approve the consent calendar.
Do we have a second?
District 1
seconds that motion.
Okay. Then public record. We do not have public record. Oh, all in favor? Aye.
You vote with the
Aye.
buttons.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. So then we'll go on to public record, and we do not have any correspondence. Open forum, do we have any members of the public that wish to speak?
And yes, we have one, Gerben Serapin. Please come to the podium.
All right, thank you. Good evening, guys. My name is Gerben Seraphin, 19 years old, so not too far from you guys. But basically, I'm just speaking here for students in the Bill Wilson Center and different programs. So I'll just give you guys a background on my story. So I'm always here virtually, just always thank you guys for what you do, especially as the youth, and the fact that I think you guys should be paid a bit more. But definitely, I think there was a situation this summer when I was a homeless youth myself. I graduated at 16. However, I didn't have connections with parents, and I was a first-gen student. So when I decided to do, some STEM funding, when I was contacting the mayor, both here and in Miami-Dade County, which is where I moved from when I came here, I was trying to tell them, hey, I'm doing all this STEM funding. I was on a wait list for some universities because of what was going on with the pandemic. And I think you guys as a commission, maybe one day even go there, like to these centers to speak with these students, because they're doing a lot of things like myself. I have publications that are out. I have a friend of mine named Brenton who does clothing and graphic design. And the thing is, not everybody has the same opportunities. And I feel like you guys will be better able to understand the youth. And that's why I'm here. I especially want to do it and come in person so we can maybe connect, or anybody else here. I just want to thank you guys for all the work that you're doing as well. But, we also have other youth that are, being neglected and things like that, are scared to speak up. But I'm never scared to speak up for things I need to change. So I want to thank you guys, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Do we have any other open forum?
There's no one on Zoom. We can move on.
Okay, then we can move on to item 5. Our first item is deferred, so we'll move on to item 5B, the Informational Education and Digital Literacy Report.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Vidya Kilambi, Division Manager for the San Jose Public Library. Today, my colleagues Lizzie Nolan, Amanda Artie, and Yadira Orozco Lemus and I will provide the annual update on both the library and parks education and digital literacy strategy efforts in fiscal year 22-23. The Education and Digital Literacy Strategy, the EDL strategy, was approved by Council in May 2018 and is organized into the strategic action areas listed on the slide. The implementation of the EDL strategy is grounded in a commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, and a commitment to quality assessment, data collection, and analysis of program effectiveness and impact. The city, primarily through the Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services and Library departments, provides several programs designed to meet the needs of children 0 to 5 and their caregivers. As a licensed exempt care provider, the city has a unique opportunity to improve the early learning quality and options for families. The library provided more than 2,600 programs for more than 70,000 children and their caregivers at all 25 library locations, using a combination of information from early education quality standard implementations, caregiver survey data, and reflective practice session data with staff and key stakeholders. The library has identified priority projects to review and adjust during this year's quality implementation. All of them are listed on the slide above. The library would like to highlight the We Grow developmental screening program. 1 in 6 children ages 3 to 17 have one or more developmental disabilities, yet only 30 to 50% of children with disabilities are identified before starting school. Bilingual English-Spanish and Vietnamese English, We Grow navigators implement a destigmatizing, caregiver-led approach to promoting growth and addressing developmental concerns. And I will now turn the presentation over to my colleague, Lizzie Nolan.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm going to provide an update today on the expanded learning programs and services. This work applies to anything that takes place outside of the school day in support of academic success. Whether or not students perform like their peers for their grade level impacts all San Jose students across all neighborhoods. So therefore, being grade level proficient is one of the leading indicators of later academic success in students in all demographics. Expanded learning programs, or programs, like I said, beyond the school day for young people, serve many critical functions in the city. Strategic actions include the ones mentioned here on the slide: bolstering skills, applying high quality standards, and continuing to provide direct services to our community through Parks and Library Department programming. During the previous fiscal year, so that's 2022-2023, Parks and Library used those quality standards I just mentioned to assess their programs. Standards really help the city test for quality and create plans to improve. Parks and Rec assess their Recreation of City Kids, or ROC, after school program, ACES funded programs, which is a group of programs funded through statewide monies earmarked for after school programs, as well as their youth centers. Youth center evaluations are conducted 3 times a year in the fall, winter, and spring. The library used a tool called the School Age Program Quality Self-Assessment, just rolls right off the tongue, to review homework clubs, the Makerspace programs, Reading Buddies, which is a program that pairs new readers with volunteers, as well as our Apple Everyone Can Code and Create programs, which is an Apple-funded suite of programs using iPad applications and coding. Sort of the big takeaways from this process were around some key areas of safe and supportive environments, active and engaged learning, diversity, access and equity, and quality staff and program management. Highlighted here are several expanded learning programs offered by Parks and Rec and the library. I'm going to spotlight a few. First is our student library card program, in which San Jose Public Library collaborates with San Jose school districts to provide students with a library card. The library issued 98,000 library cards. The library works with 23 local education agencies to provide this program. Parks and Rec offered after-school programming at 26 locations, providing services for more than 4,900 students in the summer 2022. Parks served a combined total of 2,184 students through their various summer camps. Thank you all. I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Amanda.
Hello, good evening. I'm Amanda Adi, the College and Career Pathways Coordinator, and I'll provide an update on our college and career programs and coordination efforts. The library's education and digital literacy team is leading the process to develop a coherent strategy for how the city, either directly or through strategic community partnerships, will ensure all residents have access to coordinated services along a continuum of care from cradle to career. By centering the lived experience of target population groups like opportunity youth or youth who have been disconnected from school and work, the city will be able to more equitably and effectively allocate resources over time. After implementing the quality standards with 3 library programs in 2022, library staff added the Resilience Core Learning Pathway and SJPL Works, which is our Career and Business Center, to the list of programs assessed in fiscal year 2022-2023. In this coming year, library staff is providing technical assistance to 6 city departments to implement these quality standards within specific college and career programs. You can see the list in our citywide pilot up there. What we should also have on that slide is Youth Commission as one of the programs we're assessing through our college and career quality standards this year. Okay. So highlighted here are several college and career programs offered citywide, and I'll speak to just 2 of them this evening. So Career Online High School is for adult learners in San Jose, ages 19 and above. Through this program, adults earn a high school diploma and a career certificate in one of 9 high-demand career fields. As of September, 166 students have earned their degree through Career Online High School since the program started at the library in 2016. And the Resilience Core Learning Pathway program is one of 2 pathways offered at the city. The other is managed through Parks and Rec and focuses on environment and sustainability. The primary goal of the Learning Pathway program is to address economic and workforce development needs among university students, and it has a secondary goal to accelerate learning growth for K-12 students in San Jose. In fiscal year 22-23, 115 associates participated in the workforce development program and served 6,500 children enrolled in city and partner expanded learning programs. I will now pass it over to my colleague, Yadira.
Thank you, Amanda. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Yadira Orozco. I oversee the digital skill building programming and our digital work at the San Jose Public Library. And I will just update you all on our great accomplishments in this last year. So one of our major accomplishments this last year was that we completed construction and opened 5 community Wi-Fi networks. At this point, all construction is complete and the networks are now opened. We're very excited to say that the networks are getting consistent and heavy use with 10 to about 15,000 public users per month in each of the attendance areas. About 200,000 residents live in a network area now, and we would and on that note, we also would like to highlight that we circulated close to 10,000 devices this last year, which are checked out about over 16,000 times at the library. So as you can see, we have over 7,000 hotspots and 2,000 Chromebooks, including 120 iPads. we're gonna go over that. And so on that note, we also, I'd also like to highlight and share that we're excited that we've expanded our digital skill building programming that we've offered at the library. This year, we're expecting to support 18,000 STEAM programming participants and to add 3 new digital skill building pathways. And so, so far we've have 7 collection of digital skill building pathways that includes digital skills, career, education, tech for fun, health and telehealth, finance, and online forum. We've also mapped users to course and training, e-resource, and programming that are have already been at the library. And so we've connected that to our pathways as well. We'd also like to highlight that over 3,600 students participated in our coding program. 86% of these said that they've enjoyed the learning at the library. 79% were excited to continue the learning, and 61% of these identified as females. In conjunction, there's over 2,000 participants that learned coding through the program led through Apple Grant Code and Create that was led by Resilient Corp's associates at the library. And so I'd also like to inform you all about the Affordable Internet Fund's Affordable Connectivity Plan, which is a federal subsidy of $30 per month. It's available at it's available to low-income residents that are already receiving other supports and subsidies. And unfortunately, the funding is expected to run out in April of 2024. This benefit supports over 60,000 households in San Jose that are eligible. 60,000, I think I said 600. So 32,000 households are receiving the benefit, and over 100,000 residents have access to the internet through the ACP. And so this is an opportunity to extend and invite you all for some advocacy. The Biden administration asked Congress for $6 billion to continue the program through December 2024. Residents need to connect with Congress about the need for the benefit to continue without interruption. Yeah, and if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will now hand it over back to Vidya.
Thank you, Yadira. Looking at policy and governance, the San Jose Public Library hosted the School Cities Collaborative in late October to review past and upcoming work plan priorities. The School City Collaborative is comprised of local education agencies, including school district superintendents and charter school leaders, the vice mayor, council members, and city staff. The mission of the School City Collaborative is to advance the educational attainment of San Jose students. The fall 2023 convening provided an update on the 2022-23 accomplishments, transportation survey results, an update on the Children and Youth Master Plan, and an update on digital equity. And this concludes our presentation. Thank you for your time, and we are available to take any questions you might have.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have any public comment?
We have one person on Zoom, Paul Soto, please speak.
Yes, thank you. I apologize for my voice. I have Bell's palsy due to stress-related homelessness and malnutrition. So my apologies for my voice. But I would like to draw your attention, this youth commission. I'm asking you if you'll get your pencil and write this down. Diaz versus San Jose Unified School District, November 1971. Now that particular case will outline specifically and give you a background knowledge, understanding, comprehension, so that when you come to these meetings and these people start using that word equity and racial equity, you will now be informed after reading that document of why it is absolutely necessary in order to institute a policy. And I implore you to take some action on this. You hold power. You have weight. You have the ear of the politicians. So as a representative of the Chicano community and the sons and daughters who have experienced generationally the impact of the neglect and the disgusting, and I mean disgusting, neglect of instituting policies that deal directly with these deficiencies that were created when you read that document of Diaz versus San Jose Unified School District. Now, it was argued by Judge Manley. Now, there is a lawsuit that's being generated right now that is going to be predicated on that. Because look at your documents right now. You're getting all these monies through grant funding. They are not part of the general fund. Why? Ask that question. Why are we not, why are we depending on grant monies and it's not coming out of a general fund as a budget to deal with these deficiencies? And
Okay, thank you for your public comment. We will take that into consideration. Do we have any other people? Okay, then we can move on to commission discussion. I wanted to start off by asking a question that the library has so many programs, and I caught a little bit of this earlier, but I'm assuming you guys use surveys. How do you guys collect feedback from program participants and use them to improve the programs?
Thank you for the question. Yes, we do have surveys. We do a combination of surveys. We either email them out, and we also have paper surveys available at our branches, at all our locations after programs. So we do a combination in English and other languages as well. And we go through all the survey data that we receive back based on the responses we receive and the quality assessments that we do. We make improvements in our program or change program implementation based on that information.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other questions from commissioners? Commissioner Liu. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it took me a minute. Okay, so there are a lot of really notable highlights with the program, lots of participation with youth. I'm wondering if I was a member of the public, I don't see this data often. Is there a way for San Jose residents to access some of these highlights and accomplishments?
Yes, of course, we present to council, so all this information is public, but also on our website, on our EDL, Education and Digital Literacy Initiative pages, each of our, all the program highlights, the data for all the programs, the results from various surveys that we've done is all available and can be accessed.
Okay, Commissioner Megan Lung.
Right, so each of these programs seem really amazing. I was wondering how you guys are actively partnering with schools to promote the knowledge of them.
We do, like I mentioned, the school city, we are a member of the schools. We organize the School City Collaborative. We facilitate those meetings. We share all our programs at that time. We also share, all our branches work with their local schools to share the information, the information about programs and services that are available at their local locations. And we also work with centrally also, we work with school districts to send out our newsletter that we have a newsletter that we send out to all the school districts, which feature all our different programs. And I don't know if you guys want to add anything else.
Yeah, also just to add that the school library card also serves as an avenue towards highlighting library programs and parks programs. I can speak to the King Library and the Teenage Q and the children's room there. When we receive school groups that have library cards, we talk to them both about how to use their library cards at all of our library locations, the various e-resources we have, and the programs that we offer as well. So I would say the most direct way that you might experience a library for the first time as a elementary, middle, or high school student is through one of these school groups. So I would continue to encourage your teachers and fellow students to take a trip to the library. There's nothing like going into the space and learning hands-on what the library does, because it might not be what you have remembered when you were a little kid, or you might not have been here before. So it's always a great way to do that.
And I just wanted to jump in right here. Have any of these programs been changed over time, or have they all been stable and basically the same thing?
It's constantly we change the programs, the curriculum of the programs, as well as the way we present them. Sometimes they are virtual, sometimes they are in person. So we do all kinds of combinations. They are offered at different times to get a different type of audience. We try different things.
Okay, thank you.
And just to speak to that too, that's why we have the quality standards and assessments, is so that we're sort of constantly thinking about how well our programs are serving residents and how we can improve them.
Commissioner Liu.
So programs and services, they're shared with schools in partnership with this school city collaborative. It's talked with staff and school leadership, right? Is there some accountability as to like the way that, you know, school administrators or school leaders try to administer some of this material to students directly? Is there some type of standard? I know that, you know, schools are their own thing and it's really what they want to make out of the material, but is there a effective way that schools have done to reach out to students to promote these programs and actually have students come and attend these programs?
Sometimes the schools, the teachers will bring the students into the school district. Also with summer learning, one of the things that we do is we work directly with teachers to register the entire classroom in a summer learning program. And then schools get a chance to sign, you know, when they sign up the whole classroom, they read a specific number of books or a specific number of, for a specific number of hours, and they get an opportunity to earn a, you know, classroom set of books for their classroom. So that's how we incentivize these different programs for the classrooms.
Do we know how many of these type of programs are in classrooms themselves, like the programs that you described?
I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I can get it to you. The other thing I want to mention is our Maker Spaceship goes out to various schools throughout San Jose, and they do a lot of programs also, which are very specific to particular class grades.
Commissioner Tilo.
I had a question about, it was on one of the slides, I think it was about how Biden allocated specific funds to a program, but it needed constituents to like talk to Congress to continue that funding. Could you go a little more in depth with that? Or would you mind like sending me follow-up resources? Because I'm interested in what that is and also if we can do anything to support with that.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm Ann Grabowski. I'm the Division Manager for Digital Empowerment and Public Technology for the library. Yadira is my esteemed colleague. And I also do our intergovernmental relations. So our Congress is still trying to figure out how to fund the Affordable Connectivity Plan. And what we would propose to you is that it's an opportunity for you to talk to your fellow students about what might happen if their families lose access to this subsidy. It's not only those residents who are currently benefiting from the subsidy of $30 per month, but as each of you graduate and go off to college, you could be considered low income enough or benefit from some of the subsidies and could in the future benefit from a $30 a month subsidy for your internet. And so it is reactive to those that are already benefiting, but it's also proactively or prospectively looking at a benefit that could be taken away if the program's not funded. So our thinking, our best thinking is that we need to tell Congress how we feel about it. We have some options that we can share in a separate email for, sharing cell phone videos, like minute-long advocacy cell phone videos that we have some resources through the San Jose Public Library Foundation to stitch together to share that out, but also just using your own social media channels to like hype up the ACP. And we can share some of the hashtags, some of the links. There's several campaigns going on right now throughout the nation that we could share with you if you are interested. We did not want to assume that you'd be interested, but if you are, we can certainly share that with you.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Commissioner Mishra.
Hi all, thank you so much for the wonderful and informative presentation. You did mention that the Affordable Connectivity or Internet Funding Plan would be the perfect place for us to contribute in terms of advocacy efforts. So what do you believe that Youth Commission can actively do to help out and make that positive impact in terms of digital equity?
Hi, Commissioner. I think as my colleague Ann Grabowski mentioned, we can start by sharing that the resource in this nationwide advocacy programs that are like already happening to be able to advocate for the ACP program to be continued and funded. And so, yeah, sharing the news and informing your fellow students as well, and let them know how important this subsidy is for maybe even their own families or neighbors and friends. And so I think that would be a great start. So I will definitely connect and be able to share all that information for you all to spread the word.
Definitely.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, then we can move on. Thank you for your presentation. Move on to reports and information. We'll go over city managers and then we'll move on to city council liaison, Alex Dersh.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, everybody. So I'd like to share a couple different updates as the representative for Vice Mayor Rosemary Kamei, who is the liaison from the City Council to the Youth Commission. So I'd like to start with a couple recent significant City Council actions that we'd like to highlight for you. A couple of them on the October 24th City Council meeting. The City Council approved a resolution affirming the city's support of the transgender and broader LGBTQ+ communities. And they also adopted recommendations to reduce costs and improve outcomes of emergency interim housing sites. On October 31st, City Council accepted a first quarter status report on progress towards fiscal year 2023 and 2024 council focus areas, which are increasing community safety, reducing unsheltered homelessness, cleaning up our neighborhoods, and attracting investment in jobs and housing. On the November 7th City Council meeting, Council allowed an affordable housing development to move forward at 4300 Stevens Creek Boulevard to move forward with the California Housing Finance Agency as its alternate bond issuer, which will result in the development of 171 new affordable apartments. At that same council meeting, City Council accepted a status report on citywide capital improvement program, a comprehensive review of public works projects and program activity during the fiscal year 2022 and 2023. And on the City Council meeting of November 14th, City Council updated fines for medical and non-medical cannabis violations and expanded the legal operating hours of cannabis stores in the city. The council also adopted recommendations to examine adding new staff positions to the city's independent police auditor office as well as better align policies and procedures between the independent police auditor and the police department's internal affairs office. I'd also like to share some recent policy and project updates. In regards to the City of San Jose's housing element, city staff published revisions to the city's housing element for public comment. After this comment period, the city will submit the revised housing element to the California Department of Housing and Community Development. In regards to the Stevens Creek Boulevard Corridor Vision Study, the steering committee for the study held their latest meeting on Thursday, November 3rd. In it, the steering committee discussed ongoing community engagement processes for the vision study for Stevens Creek Corridor. An upcoming meeting of the community advisory group to this vision study will be on Thursday, December 7th from 5 to 6:30 at Santa Clara Central Park Library. In regards to the Costco project proposal at Westgate West in San Jose, the draft environmental impact review is anticipated to be circulated for public comment on November 30th. And in regards to the El Paseo to Saratoga signature project, on November 29th, there will be an administrative hearing on the proposed Whole Foods in this project proposal. Additionally, on Saratoga Avenue in West San Jose, safety improvement project work is scheduled to be completed in spring of next year. We also would like to share a couple upcoming engagement opportunities with you. Our office, the District 1 Council office, is hosting a tree planting event at Starboard Park this Saturday, December 2nd, from 8:45 to noon at Starboard Park. There'll be tree planting with many community members and other folks, and you can also earn volunteer hours too. If you would like to learn more information about how to attend and earn volunteer hours for planting trees, you can email the District 1 office at district1, that's district numeral 1, at sanjoseca.gov. Additionally, the San Jose Police Department is in the process of redistricting, where they examine new deployment models, new geographic boundaries, and new staffing plans. They're currently in phase 2 of their redistricting process, in which their consultants will be conducting community outreach meetings. 10 community outreach meetings are planned, one for each council district. Council District 1's meeting will be held Saturday, January 6th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at West Valley Branch Library. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you for your presentation. Okay, we can go on to PRNS report by Ms. Lauren Hawkins.
Good evening, commissioners and members of the public. My name is Lauren Hawkins. I am the Recreation Superintendent for the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services. Forgive me. I just wanted to share a few updates to members of the public and the commission on what has been going on in PRNS since we last convened. So coming up, the department has quite a few recruitments that we are actively hiring for. We have a senior recreation leader position that's both for full-time and for part-time that just got released right before the Thanksgiving holiday. We're also looking for a youth outreach specialist, youth outreach worker, and then of course those individuals that are looking to gain real life experience. We're also accepting applications for interns, student interns, and graduate students as well. And all of this is available on the city's job website, which recently just got an update. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that, highly recommend it so you can see the new features that are available. In terms of the Capital Division and some of the updates that they've been working on, most recently at the Parks and Recreation Commission on November 1st, they had a recommendation for the City Gardens Park for the Bassett site and the Elizabeth P. Boyer Park, for the North San Pedro site, and they've also recently completed a series of renovations throughout the city. Just to name a few, there's the Shady Oaks basketball court, the Ryland Park exercise and fitness equipment that you can see in the photo on the screen, and then the Wallenberg tennis courts, which you can also see. So lots of great community benefits that have been updated and accessible for use, even if it's a little cold outside. Great access for folks. Within the recreation division, there's a lot going on. So for the 2024 year, our scholarship application is now available both on our website at sanjoseca.gov. And this is for anybody that's looking for financial assistance to enroll in any of our programs, which were mentioned earlier, like Camp San Jose, San Jose Recreation Preschool, our leisure programs, things of that nature. So we highly encourage folks to register or complete that application prior to the February summer camp registration season, just to expedite their process. And with that also, our winter 2024 community activity guide are now available and in print at your local community center and are available online for those that want to view it digitally. With the holiday season, we have quite a few holiday events. A full listing is on our social media page as well, but here's just a highlight of a few. Willow Glen will be doing a Grinch gingerbread house workshop on the 9th of December. There'll be an ugly sweater party at Cypress Community Center. Seven Trees Community Center will be hosting a holiday concert. So if you're looking for some family fun events, some of these events are free to the public and some of them do require registration. So again, check out our Facebook page or that respective community center for more information. Within the Parks Division, Raging Water staff are working through some potential operators for this upcoming summer season, and also looking for long-term ideas for the site as well. Our placemaking team, which most people know as the folks that host Viva Calle, they've closed out the season with 6 Paint the City events and had over about 230 participants. The team is actively planning, for spring 2024 and beyond. So stay tuned for the sneak peek of the next route for those events and other Viva Parks, Viva Calle things. Our volunteer management unit, on the 4th of November, they hosted a volunteer event with Bay Area Ridge Trails. As mentioned earlier, also on the 2nd of December, there'll be a tree planting event at Starboard Park with Vice Mayor Kamai. And then for those students that are looking to, booster up their volunteer hours, we have a laundry list of volunteer events that are available in the month of November, which is coming to a close, but also in the month of December as well. So you can check that out on our department website as well, and I'll provide those links. And that is it. Thank you so much. I'm here if there's any questions.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from our commissioners? Actually, I have one just out of curiosity, but is Raging Waters not closing down?
So I can't speak to that fully. The best point of contact would be our Deputy Director, Avi Yotam. He oversees that contract with Raging Waters.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Okay, then we will move on to our San Jose Library report by Deputy Director Michelle Ornott.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Michelle Ornott, Deputy Director of Public Services for the library. So I have a few announcements. On Saturday, December 2nd, will be San Jose Public Library's 11th annual local lit event. This event is back in person, and we invite you to join us with San Jose State University King Library in supporting over a dozen local authors. The event will happen between 2 and 4:30 p.m. at the King Library on the 2nd floor. We have some cookies and teas, but most importantly, we'll be participating with authors who are sharing their stories and experience in writing and publishing their work. And by participating, we mean that we can interact and talk one-on-one with authors. They'll be available to answer questions from the public, and they will also have copies of their books for sale. The event is free and open to everyone. Also, our winter reading program is back, and today is the first day that you can pre-register for the program. And this means that this reading program this year will allow for readers to log at least 4 hours of reading or for books read or for 4 books read between December 7th and January 7th. You have a chance to win prizes, including a kid's telescope, a unique coding kit, smartphone accessories, and even a Fitbit. This reading program is about supporting year-round learning and active engagement for everybody, and all ages are welcome to participate. We have a couple of different categories. We've got youth ages 0 to 18, and beginning December 7th, any of those people who want to register can claim a free book at any library location as a participation prize. And then adults ages 18 and over who sign up can claim a free SJPL tote bag. For more information, you can visit online at sjpl.org/winter reading. Next up, we have a donation drive with Home First. In partnership with Home First of Santa Clara County, the West Valley Branch Teens Reach chapter is hosting an item donation drive to benefit people experiencing homelessness. This will happen on Wednesday, December 6th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Due to storage considerations, please note that only new and unused hotel or travel size items like shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, etc. are being accepted. And for more information, you can contact the librarian Jessica Chung at the West Valley branch for more information. And lastly, we have some upcoming holiday closures. All library locations will be closed Sunday, December 24th through Tuesday, December 26th for the Christmas holiday. And then again on Sunday, December 31st through January 2nd for the New Year's holiday. Of course, our online collection, our e-learning resources, and all of our streaming services will not be impacted and will be available online at sjpl.org. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions? Okay, then we'll go on to the chair report. To start off, please remember that our winter retreat is next Monday. Please arrive by 4:45 p.m. so we can get started at 5. Also, we will be presenting at the Santa Clara County Youth Task Force on December 13th. Thank you to Commissioners Mascarenas, Liu, Leung, and Mishra for presenting. Finally, our budget summit will be Sunday, January 21st. Please encourage your YAC members to attend and fill out the registration. We'll be moving on to commissioner reports per district. Up first, we have Commissioner Mishra.
Hey y'all, this is Anya Mishra, the District 1 Youth Commissioner. My first update is regarding my Youth Advisory Council. So we recently finalized our work plan for this fiscal year and outlined 3 primary goals that we want to accomplish by June. Firstly, we're planning on organizing a career and club exploration event to showcase various student-led organizations, school clubs, and more, where our aim is to raise awareness about their causes and their mission to resolve issues in our district community. We are currently in the process of brainstorming potential organizations and local communities to partner with, as well as drafting our project proposal. Second, we're also planning on a college admissions workshop, where the goal is to invite current college students to provide essay and application assistance, as well as share valuable advice for juniors and seniors that are in high school currently. Lastly, we're actively working on a policy that addresses unsafe conditions in transportation during peak hours due to high traffic surrounding school campuses. Apart from the work plan, I attended the Bay Area Annual YAC Social with 5 of my YAC members, as well as a few other youth commissioners. And finally, I'm also excited to share that the San Jose Vice Mayor and District 1 Council Member Rosemary Kamei will be attending our next YAC meeting on Friday, December 15th. We're all super excited and really looking forward to meeting her, getting her valuable feedback, and more. And I believe that's all from me. Thank you.
That sounds great. Okay, District 2, Commissioner Pradeep Kumar.
Okay, so hi everyone. Happy after Thanksgiving, I guess. I'm Neha Pradeep Kumar. I'm representing District 2, and my first update is regarding my YAC and some events. We met twice in the past month on October 31st, where we had our chair and vice chair elections, as well as 2 outreach officers who actually already have our Instagram account set up and running. And we met on November 19th. And on the October meeting day, brainstormed a little bit more on certain issues in District 2, and some of them had some great ideas to improve access to education resources for underprivileged youth. And regarding events, we have our upcoming event, the Family Giving Tree Holiday Drive Donation Drive, which will occur on December 3rd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Santa Teresa Branch Library. So if you guys are available, you should definitely come down and donate. And we'll be accepting both physical gifts from a wish list provided by Family Giving Tree and online donations as well.
Okay. For my district update, at our last YAC meeting, we worked on our YAC personal projects as well as continued research on our green canopies policy proposal. At our next YAC meeting, we're looking to continue these efforts and maybe begin another group project policy proposal. District 4, Commissioner T. Leung.
As for YAC updates, we are doing our holiday clothing drive, which will happen over the course of 4 weeks at Independence, Evergreen High School, Piedmont Hills High School. If you'd like to support, I'm happy to share resources for that. And then we've also been in the process of planning our end of the year or 2024 conference in June. And it will be a career fair with the theme of advise, inspire, motivate, as always, which will include a career panel, workshops, resource booths, and I might reach out about potential speakers or panelist connections. In terms of the YPB ad hoc, we met on the 18th to talk about the survey results, which are really fascinating. And we're currently sifting through them and tagging them. So if you'd like to help out, also let me know about that. We started assigning out budget summit tasks, which we will go over December 2024. But if you want to, this December, on the 4th, but if you want to sign up for tasks, there is also the email that I sent, the weekend before the last. And outside of YAC and the ad hoc, I met with the chair of the SF Youth Commission recently and the Santa Clara County Youth Task Force to plan the December speaking event and also talk about youth civic engagement opportunities. And I'm meeting soon with one of the board members of the Santa Clara County Board of Education to talk about Narcan, menstrual products, and youth civic engagement. If you'd like to get involved or have input, feel free to contact me on that too.
Yeah, District 5, Commissioner Liu.
Awesome. So we had the opportunity to recruit 5 more unit YAC members for District 5 YAC. Always great to have more. We established regular committee meeting patterns with our YAC. Both our committees include policy and outreach. We have our next meeting planned for December 1st via Zoom. We intend to collaborate with District 8's Youth Commissioner and YAC to set forth a collaboration effort. We're also finalizing policy priorities and discussing plans for our District 5 listening tour and our policy conference, which will be held in April of 2024. Moreover, I met with a council member Ortiz's office to discuss policy priorities, and among them, we're pushing hopefully the Department of Transportation to support driver's ed courses or driver's ed support to schools and school districts to provide students with that education. We also launched our District 5 Instagram and revamped our website. So a lot to be proud of.
Okay, Commissioner Bonsall.
Okay, so we've had our first YAC meeting and we also met at the YAC Social where we got to learn a lot about other commissions and just other groups, youth groups. And then for the social media part, we're trying to consistently post on the San Jose Youth Commission main account and promote the survey and everything. And we're also keeping up with our consistent meeting reviews, hoping to just get more youth engagement and just, I don't know, just increase, engagement and everything. And then we're just going to continue doing that. And then as soon as the survey ends, we're going to choose the winners for the, for the AirPods. And then we're also going to go through all the data and continuously tag it. And then for the ad hoc, I'm just continuing to attend the meetings and do all the work for that. But just a small update.
Thank you, Commissioner Megan Leung.
Okay, so District 7's Youth Advisory Council has convened twice in November to delve into important matters such as safety, the environment, and homelessness. Of particular concern is the alarming rise in youth homelessness, with recent data revealing a threefold increase in San Jose since the pandemic. And in response, we are eager to gather insights from those who have experienced homelessness firsthand and develop a proactive yet realistic response. And it's crucial for us to amplify these voices. So if you or someone you know relate, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Drop me an email at youthcom7@sanjosecat.gov. On another note, I'd like to share an update on the progress of the Sexual Violence Ad Hoc Committee, which comprises Commissioner Bansal, Huang, Prati Kumar, Mishra, and alongside myself. Our focus is on finalizing a memo proposing the inclusion of signage or placards in public bathrooms displaying helplines for domestic abuse, rape, and human trafficking. Our ad hoc is set to convene tomorrow afternoon, and if you have any concerns or questions, feel free to reach out to me for further details. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez Munoz.
Hi, my updates is planning a collab with D5, District 5. In my last YAC meeting, we talked about our D8 YAC work plan and joining a meeting with District 5 on Friday to talk about setting up events throughout our communities. Also, my D8 YAC are trying to collab. We're trying to figure out our work plan, and one of our, how do I say it? One of our like things that we're trying to work on is trying to collab with different organizations to give out men's and women's products. So that's basically my update.
Thank you, Commissioner Singh.
Yeah, thank you. So, I represent District 9, so this was kind of a slow month. We recruited 2 more YAC members. We're currently deciding our outreach plan for this year. So like setting up social media such as Instagram. We don't really have a consistent meeting schedule, which we're trying to work on. Our meetings are very improvised. And other than that, I'm personally sitting on the environmental ad hoc committee and attending those meetings. And I'm trying to work on establishing contact with my council member.
Thank you, Commissioner Mascarenas.
So our YAC met 4 times in the last month, and we have almost finalized a road safety policy. So that should be on the agenda for not next month, the month after that. And we also revamped our website, which was published. And so now we're going to work on our Instagram for social media. So that's it for tech. As for events, we planned out a career fair for people to learn more about industries and potential opportunities in those fields. So that's that. We're also looking towards adopting a park in San Jose, and we're currently in contact with the mayor's office to potentially host a park cleanup in collaboration with them. As for my duties as an outreach officer, I have been reaching out to council members and created and compiled a list of high schools and colleges' Instagram so that we can promote the survey. And that's what I've been doing.
Thank you, Commissioner Janapati.
Yeah, thank you. So earlier this month, I met with the environmental ad hoc and we worked on creating a plan for this year. And that includes several projects and policies and collaborations with different environmental agencies. And our priority really for this year is to spread environmental awareness to all youth. And I think it will be a very packed year, but I think as an ad hoc, we really hope that these efforts will bear fruit and pave the way for a more sustainable and eco-friendly future for San Jose. And yeah, I just want to thank all 3 members for their dedication and pushing for this vision. And they've been so supportive and patient throughout this process. So I'm truly very grateful to work with all of you. And aside from my ad hoc work, I also finalized my members for the citywide YAC. And I will be making an official announcement tomorrow. So all those who were accepted will receive some emails. And honestly, I was quite blown away by some of their responses, very thoughtful and provoking. And I'm really confident that this year, as a YAC, we can continue the outstanding legacy that previous YACs and commissioners have left. So thank you. That's all.
Thank you. And that is it for our commissioner updates. We'll move on to future agenda items. This is a good time to say any items that you're working on now that might be in our next month's agenda.
YAC has been working on a road safety policy, which will probably be on next month's agenda. Not finalized yet, but should be.
Commissioner Loon?
Yeah, so to reiterate, we will have a memo proposing the inclusion of signage or placards in public bathrooms with helplines for domestic abuse, rape, and human trafficking. And that should be on next meeting's agenda.
Commissioner Liu?
We'll work with the chair to get a presentation by the Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association to talk about what neighborhood associations' role in the city of San Jose is.
Commissioner Mishra.
By January's meeting, MIAC may have the career and club exploration project proposal, as well as the policy surrounding unsafe conditions in transportation. So that might be something that we'll have done by December, but it's not finalized yet.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to our meeting schedule. The next commission meeting will be on January 22nd, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. in council chambers. Then now is time for adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Do we have any seconds?
Commissioner Gonzalez Muniz, second that motion.
Okay. Our meeting is adjourned at 7:30 p.m.